one of the challenges I've seen a lot of people have with this model is the fact that what you are quote unquote selling is outcomes, right? And in that process of selling outcomes, you're also selling your reputation versus I just did a thing or I just implemented a thing and hopefully it worked for you. And truthfully, if it didn't, it was somebody else's fault anyway. Like it was sales' fault, right?
Yeah.
What I did worked. And so that shift in terms of responsibility, see, because that's the key. The key why this is so valuable is because you are taking responsibility for the outcome.
Yep.
And in that responsibility for the outcome, that's where the rate changes and your value changes and what you can charge changes, because now we're not talking about, oh, I just came in to set up a Facebook campaign and did that, or I just came in to set up your email and did that. But hey, we're getting to this outcome and here's how we do it. And in taking that responsibility, I'll give you a real example. A friend of mine went into a company that was $100 million company, and he told the CEO that in 6 months, what you're currently doing is not going to be working and you're going to need to hire me. The CEO said, no, what we're doing works really well and we don't need to hire you. 3 months later, the CEO called him back and said, it's no longer working. Can we talk? Okay. He came in and completed his assessment that he had started when he gave the CEO the advice up front, and then charged the CEO $14 million. Okay. And the CEO gladly paid him $14 million in a $100 million a year company. Because he said, what I'm going to do is going to take you from $100 million a year to, in the next 3 years, you're going to earn over $500 million in 3 years instead of $300 million in 3 years. Okay. And he guaranteed that outcome. He said, what I'm going to do is going to get you that outcome. Pay me $14 million. Guess what? You know what he did? He set up an email campaign to their current list. Now, you would have gone in and set up an email campaign to their current list and charged them $100 for it. Because it would have taken you, well, maybe not 100. Maybe you charge them $10,000 for it, because it would have taken you X number of hours times this rate, $10,000. He got 14 million. Which one would you rather be?
He was not selling an email campaign.
He was not.
He wasn't selling opens and clicks and all the other stuff. He was selling the vision of $500 million, solving a much bigger problem, obviously charging much bigger fees. And that therein lies the secret to being a fractional versus being an agency or a consultant that's offering a project. As an outsider, delivering on a tactic, you have very little control over the results that are outside of your scope. Email marketing, fine, but I've got no control over the sales follow-up and all the other things. I don't know what the revenue is going to be, dude. I've got no idea. But as a fractional, in this world, maybe it's a CRO, right? Chief Revenue Officer that has marketing and sales under their area of responsibility. I have far more influence over all the pieces that go together and have more assurance that I can drive the big results. I'm going to charge much larger fees, right? I'm not going to be responsible for somebody else executing my strategy and me getting paid on that result. I need to be there driving that activity.
Yeah.
And that's the power of being a fractional, is that you get to have a bigger impact, right? We're in the business of helping people achieve their business goals. Let's not lose sight of that.
Exactly.
So we get to have that impact. And we get to benefit from that too.